Shalom everyone, this is Rabbi Herstik. The theme for this month is Gmilut Chasadim, or what's called love and kindness in Hebrew. It's very interesting that when I go to speak before non-Jewish groups, very frequently I ask, where does the term, or where does the verse, love thy neighbor as yourself come from? And generally speaking, the answer from that particular group is from the New Testament, the Christian Bible. What I do then is point out to them that it comes from the third book of the Hebrew Bible, called the book of Leviticus, and the majority of that book, or a good part of that book, deals with animal sacrifices and priestly duties. One of the sections, however, in that particular book is the Holiness Code, where the whole notion of love and kindness really emerges from the Hebrew Bible, from Hebrew thought. In that particular place, love and kindness is a way of expressing the kind of relationships that human beings ought to have with each other. So for example, we have in chapter 18, verse 19 of Leviticus, the phrase, love thy neighbor as thyself. And what does that mean? Ultimately, in Jewish tradition, it means that if we don't have love for ourselves, confidence in ourselves, respect for ourselves, it becomes very, very difficult to have that respect and love for others. The love of self is not something selfish, but it is the doorway to Gemilut Chasadim, which is love and kindness. That our ability to be loving and kind has to do with a sense that we are all created in God's image, and that love and kindness is meant to sustain not only relationships among human beings, but is meant to sustain the world itself. That once we understand that ultimately the world was created for us, and that our part in the world is to create healthful, meaningful, and loving relationships, then we are indeed doing what Jewish tradition calls God's work. That is, Gemilut Chasadim. We perform acts of love and kindness, not only to sustain each other, but to sustain the world as well.